Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have N3sh versus Cryptic Fish, and you can also go ahead and check out N3sh's Twitch, link down below at the very top of the description, and let's hop right in. We are going to see N3sh win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then they will be deciding to go first. 41 versus 40, opening hands, we have Keldo, Rhino, Crime, Lubellion, and Kelbeck. They have Super Poly called by Diviner, Slumber, and Fountain. Okay, so, going on this side, we can see that it is just tier Ishizu, but is also playing the Bestial engine, most likely the whole engine because we see Lubellion. It could mean just Magma, search Lubellion, but the Bestial engine is very good into tier, especially like once you have it all set up. It's very strong. And then they're playing Diviner. I want to I don't even know what deck this is yet, so I'm gonna hold off. I think it's Ishizu, Runick. Diviner's really crazy in that deck, by the way, because you can always like Diviner, dump, mill 5, and you'll always have like Huggins, like the Fusion 2 that searched Fountain up. You turn those into Elf, and on their turn you can Elf Diviner, and then Diviner can like send Elder from the extract to pop a card, or you can just like get a Shuffler or like a mill 5. I mean, it's cool. Lubellion, discard, go search, grab Magma, and then normal summon Rhino, Rhino effect, dump Havness effect. Put back, bring out Kick Kalos effect now to go search out Merely. Kit effect, target itself, bring out Merely. And then Merely 1, Kick Kalos 2, so mill 8. And then looking at the mills there, we're going to see Solic milled, Havness, Rhino, Keldo, Mudoria. So effects, we're going to go search out a Shiren. And then bring out Rhino, but discarding the Shiren. And then Shiren put back itself and Havness to bring out a Garua. And that's like really good to link away. And then special summon out Magma. Or I guess overlay with it. Yep, that probably makes more sense. Effect. Like, this is a level 6 that you can overlay with. So broken. So broken. You're going to summon Beatrice, and then Beatrice effect, attach, go down Heartbeat, and then effects. So we're going to get to draw one, and add back the Solic from our graveyard. Draws into a Jerusalem, assuming that we also play Sornier. We should be able to search that during end phase off our Magma. That'd be pretty good. Make Dweller, banish, summon, bring out Lubellion by tributing. Or I guess we just go for this now. Set up the trap. Okay, no, I mean that's fair. That's fair. Cause like, yeah, let's say you go for it now. You set up the trap. You get to make Elf. It's actually just obvious. Yeah, Elf effect. Summon back out the Merely, and then we're going to set, and then try to pass. You'll see a lot of people now, like right here. We Elf brought back the Merely. A lot of people wouldn't do this, and they'd wait until the opponent's turn to try to do that, but you can get interrupted on that, and then that can be kind of unfortunate. Like, we have Crime Solic. We may as well have our Crime set up just to, like, protect ourselves. The sideboard's very good. It also doesn't lose the Mystic Mind, which is becoming way more popular. Pass, draw the Mudoria. I'm trying to learn how to say these cards' names. I spent a little bit yesterday trying to like actually learn them. And then summon Diviner effect, chain Super Poly to use the Diviner and the Beatrice to make a Garua, because you know they're both fairy lights but with different names. And then we're gonna get Diviner to dump Elder. Yeah, and then just submit defeat. I don't know why you would show Elder in your extra deck. That was unfortunate for you. On to the next game, we're going to see Cryptic Fish go first. Opening hands, you have Merely, Planet, Rhino Heart, Druid's Worm, and Kelbeck. They have Slumber, Flashing Fire, Super Poly, Majesty's Fiend, and Dimensional Fissure. D-Fissure is crazy. And Majesty's Fiend. Both these cards right here, if you summon these cards, it just feels so good. Or I guess not summon this, but if you just activate this. We're going to go bring out Huggin, and then Huggin effect, discard Super Poly, go search Fountain. Probably should have activated Fissure prior, like go main phase, activate quick play spell, special, discard. you'd want to defissure first, because if your opponent had a Havness there, you would have. I could even say a joke. You would have Havness, but yeah, you like they would get the mill 3 to graveyard instead of not milling 3 to grave, which is a big difference. Activate, and then we're gonna slumber target just to draw 2 now, and they're gonna be banishing 3. Could have saved the slumber to try to protect Majesty's Fiend, but the thing is like, what's beating over this, right? Like, I guess you could save it to play around like Rigeki / Dark Hole. Those cards have starting to become more and more popular over the last couple weeks. Activate Planet. Planet goes search. Also decide to not set called by. I guess, like, they're never touching the graveyard anyways. You're just setting a blank card. Draw Flashing Fire. And then activate. Special summon out Freak. And then effect. Put back. Draw 1. Draw Talons. Pass. I feel like there's just a lot of weird deck choices in this. You really have to play a good amount of Runick cards in your Runick deck. Otherwise, you're going to get 2 scenarios like this pretty often. That was like one of the problems I was having with the deck when I was trying to play it a while ago. I mean, that was also like a different format. That was before Ishizu. This is also the last ban list with Toad and stuff. But I mean, Toad isn't as popular, but at the same time, now all of these are extremely popular, which trade well with your cards. Battle Phase, beat over Majesties. They had to turn the set, Tribute. And then Pass, draw Super Poly, just no engine. Super Poly, yeah, uses those, makes Mud. And then Tribute. Okay, you know what, that's actually fine. Yeah, Super Poly in the Mud, Tribute for Majesty's Fiend. Also, I wonder what Super Poly targets they do play, because it's probably not just Mud and a Garua. I wonder if they play like 2 Elder, N3sh. Probably not though, because they would need to have room for the Elf. Yeah, I wonder what their extra is, especially because like Freak's out now. I mean, it's not like you need to play like 9 of the old little guys and 3 Freak. You could switch up the numbers pretty easily. I definitely want to play 3 of this though. This one's the best one. And then they attack. Technically, they didn't skip battle phase, and on DB, the head judges did clarify that you need to skip battle phase on DB, while in most actual in-person tournaments, you do not actually need to say skip battle phase. To skip the battle phase, I would suggest talking to your head judge before your tournament starts to find out information on that, as that is a huge difference. But pass, draw Rhino. And then, so I was going to say, they have Solic. And they can deal with this. They are going to be under the fissure, though. But we can start playing just a little bit. Just commit a lot of our cards into just simply going into the Time Thief Redoer. And then trying to crash. And that's going to out a problem. Oh, we can put back. Oh, that's clean too, because then we can put back Shaylin, Planet, Pop. Yes, put back. And then put back both their Super Polys. Planet effect, pop the fissure. Pass turn, draw Flashing Fire. Activate it. Summon out Munnin. And then Fountain effect, put back, draw 1, draw Talons, set called by, end phase, gain 1,000, pass. And then this also makes it to where they can't just, like, summon any tier. Well, I guess they can, right? Because this card says, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a Runick card or cards you control, or a set card or cards you control, quick effect, you can banish this card you control, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So, yeah, that wouldn't be the best thing to do against Solic. I guess if they normal summon a tier and then you do that, it'd be a little bit more fun, because, like, assuming this was the tier, because then, like, sure, they search a tier, but you can't do anything with it if you don't have any other cards. Pass, draw Dispelling, and then pass, draw Magma, pass. Life points are definitely going up here, which is good for them, making it a little bit harder for them to actually lose. They're going to terraform it into a fountain. I don't know how much that's worth it just to dig 1 card deeper into your deck. Oh, what we might not. No, we're not just digging one card deeper though, because we actually haven't searched our deck in a while. No, that's a lie, because they shuffled back. Them shuffling back made us that way the bottom cards of our deck weren't Runick cards anymore. So then we didn't need to shuffle our deck. So maybe we just hold Terraforming for Mystic Mine. Because, like, Terraforming for Fountain is really not good. Also, those talents is just so bad. Instant Fusion, good card. Weird. Bring out Kikalos, and then activate Kikalos effect. This will resolve. So, go search Rhino Heart. And then they're going to activate Dispelling to try to hit a card out from the hand. And that should stop. Yeah, because he was thinking there. And then they're going to hit the Rhino out of the hand and then banish the top two. Okay, hits a couple Bestials there. You know, we have a good amount of banish cards. And then Fountain, put back, draw Keldo. How, like, they are playing such a little Runick package. Is their deck just like good cards dot deck and it's supposed to be a Runick deck? Kikalos effect, mill, chain called by. And then they are going to chain Magma on that for sure. Yeah, so go ahead and do that. Kikalos will go through with the mill 5. Now, new chain link. Havness 1, Magma 2, Scream 3. So that resolves. So it can't Scream, my bad. Because, yeah, they only have like the 2 traps. Okay. So put back. And then bring out Mud Dragon. Planet, pop Solic. And then Solic effect to go search. So Solic's now going to go search out a Merely, and then summon Merely effect, mill 3. We do hit Keldo and the Shiren. And then Shiren effect, put back itself in the Merely, bring out Garua, Mud Dragon effect called Dark, Battle Phase beat over it, Planet gets a 500 boost, and then 25, well, to fusions, and then 4,000. Because its attack is currently 2,000 and any battle damage it does is doubled. Then main phase 2, make Beatrice. And then Beatrice effect, attach the Garua to go dump. So now we're going to dump a Havness. We didn't use Havness earlier, right? Just to make sure, because I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah. Yes, I'm pretty sure we used that and the Sharon, and the one that we haven't used was the Merely. Pretty certain. I'm not gonna like go through logs and check and everything. If they did the inappropriate play, then you know they're supposed to dump the other one. I mean, it's like the same result, but they just dumped the wrong name. So if the opponent caught it, then they wouldn't get to fuse, and then that becomes a big difference. But us as like spectators, we can just be like, okay, N3sh, instead of dumping Havness, dump Merely there, and then just did the same exact thing. And then end phase, go search Sorner. Also, drawing the Merely there is crazy, because we can cry and get rid of it. And then pass, draw Keldo. Mud Dragon effect called Dark. Get rid of Keldo to summon out Keldo. Yeah, they're gonna let that go. And then chain Keldo to target Keldo. I think it was just Keldo called by them. They're gonna chain their Keldo to put back 3. Okay, they're also gonna put back their fusion. And then summon, go search out Mudoria. Activate talents to try to draw. Finally, this card is doing something. Let's go. Activate, draw. Draw 2 is crazy. Draw 2 is crazy. But this probably could have been like a pot of extravagance, and this whole game would have been over from the beginning. Our prosperity, or you know, whatever. Like some sort of like actual consistency card. Especially because like your deck's not getting hand trapped that often. Like you might be getting hit with Kelbex. Now that I think about it. Havnesses, you're not getting hit with Bistids, that's for sure. Bistids probably just never being dropped on you. At least, like, you know, your turn 1. activate Destruction, try to pop the Crime, and then banish 4. Then we're going to get the Crime effect. And then they're going to get the Fountain effect. I actually had a good interaction with the Destruction versus Crime come up when I was playing against Pac right before YCS Mini for fun, where he popped my Crime, made me banish 4, and I banished a tier off of that, and then I was able to Crime add back. And I was like, you know what? If I had to get MST'd, this is an okay way to do it. This is an okay way to get MST'd. And then they draw Super Poly. They're going to put back Kikalos with the Crime. That's also Crime putting back Kikalos is also a way to play around Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. And then new Chain Link, Planet effect to pop the planet, or pop the Fountain, and then they're going to activate another Fountain, which we knew that they had. And then activate the Flashing Fire, go ahead and bring out Fangs, then they're going to get Fountain 2, Fangs 1, Chain Beatrice. So Beatrice will now go ahead and detach to go dump. It's going to dump Keldo, put back Flashing Fire, draw 1, add back Fountain, and then use those to make Dark. They're trying to use... Wait. Are they using Keldo? Yeah, they already used Keldo this turn. Okay, so yeah, they're missing that. Because their starting play was Keldo, discard Keldo. Yeah, so they definitely goofed that. And I mean, that's a pretty big difference, you know? Because this, now we're gonna force, put a Predator counter on it. We're going ahead. And then we're going to set Mud, set Super Poly, skip the battle phase there. See, like, they like main phase, battle phase, end phase. On DB, you might want to like actually clarify skip battle, just so that way you don't have to deal with any of the long judge calls. I've seen so many of them. Pass, draw the Solic. And then we're gonna go Mud Dragon effect, call Dark, just right away before we start trying to play. Then summon Merely effect, and yeah, we're just gonna see the opponent just leave there. Yeah, we're gonna see more of the Bisted stuff. Okay, so Bisted tier is gonna win over the Runick Ishizu deck. This person's deck just seems like it was trying to do way too much without actually having like engine, I guess. And the shuffle back Ishizus are better in general because they work. Like, if your opponent makes you mill 5, you know, you mill these, and then these can interrupt the opponent. But maybe like the mill one is supposed to be played in this deck. To be honest, if I was to play this build of Ishizu, Runick, I would probably full force, like, push the Ishizus. I'd be playing so many of them. I'd be playing, not even just like the new ones that came out, or like the ones that tier plays, like the 4 of them. I'd be playing more than that. I'd really be trying to turbo that stuff out. Maybe even play like Diviner, like I said. Maybe go ahead and play Exchange of the Spirit. Go ahead, try to get like max value out of your cards. And then there was another idea I just had in my head a second ago in the deck. Oh wait, idea. Mystic Mine. Like, Mystic Mine is not bad. It's pretty good if you have Runick spells with it, right? Because like they can't pop it, so like Planet can't out it. So then like decks outs right now. Well, this deck would have an easy out, but most decks they only have Crime and Heartbeats. And I won't even say most decks. I'd say half the tier builds, if that, have Crime and Heartbeat in the main deck currently. So because of that, Mystic Mine seems like it's in a pretty decent position. Also, Metaverse is insane when you're milling a bunch. If you play like a heavy Ishizu engine, just because you can like set the Metaverse back from the graveyard with your Ishizus, and then that works really well with your Runick package, whether you're playing a bunch or not. I guess at that point you are playing a bunch if you're milling 10 and then milling 5 and setting a trap. So then your Metaverse is probably just going for Fountain and then drawing 3 more on their turn. It's honestly probably just a deck out deck, right? Just turbo deck out. because Runick stuff makes them banish. You're going to make them mill a bunch. You're going to try to make them mill a bunch again on their turn. You're going to try to draw cards. If you do end on the elf, which I would try to think that would be like the optimal thing to do. You're trying to go for elf on diviner. So that way on their turn, you can elf bring out diviner. And then again, either dump elder, dump an interruption, or just go back to milling a bunch of cards and just mill, try to deck them out very quickly. You could probably even do the chain links where, like, I guess you probably couldn't. It'd be like chain link 1 effective mill. How would this chain go? It'd be very. I was about to build like an entire tier Ishizu chain in my head, and then pretty much like just build a random chain link and then chain Runick spells to try to banish cards. But then you banish random cards from their deck. So then, I mean, there's got to be a way to where, like, if you're making your opponent mill everything and banish a bunch of cards to where they only have, like, 8 cards left in deck, and you know a bunch of those at the bottom are just tiers, or even, like, halfway through the deck at that point if it's 8 cards. You know a bunch of those cards are just tiers, so then maybe you try to do a mill 5 and then activate a Runick card, like, when the... Yeah, make a mill, and then new chain link, they're going to get some effects, and you chain a Runick spell to make them banish the last cards in their deck before they put back tiers. Because you know at that point you're already hitting tiers because you're hitting the bottom of the deck that's known. Okay. It's like a little bit wild to explain. This deck's dog water, and with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace.